Rain taps softly against the roof of an old machine shed. Somewhere out beyond the city, an old diesel truck sits waiting in silence. Dust on the hood, rust along the wheel wells, a cracked vinyl bench seat that remembers decades of hard work. But turn the key and it still starts. No subscription, no touchscreen handshake, no dealer authorization code. Just fuel, compression, steel, and mechanical honesty. And lately, something strange has been happening. People who sold these trucks years ago are trying to buy them back. Not because they're trendy, because deep down, they remember something modern vehicles forgot. Reliability. The moment people started looking back. There was a time when trucks were simple. Not easy, not comfortable, not luxurious. Simple. A man with basic tools could keep one alive for 30 years under a shade tree behind the house. You could diagnose problems by sound, by smell, by feel. You didn't need a laptop connected to the steering column just to replace a sensor buried under plastic covers, but somewhere along the road, trucks changed. Modern pickups became rolling computers, hundreds of sensors, electronic throttle systems, networked modules talking to each other every second. One failed component hidden somewhere deep in the system. And suddenly the truck won't even start. Not because the engine failed, because the software said no, and people noticed, especially the ones living far from cities. Farmers, contractors, rural mechanics, hunters, off-grid families, men who grew up fixing things with their hands. They started remembering the old trucks, the ones that didn't care about weak cell signals or dealership appointments, the ones that only needed fuel, air, compression, and a little patience. And that's where this story begins. With a forgotten era now quietly becoming valuable again. The pre-OBD trucks. What pre-OBD really means now, if you've never heard the term before. Here's the simple version. OBD means onboard diagnostics. Modern vehicles constantly monitor themselves through computers and sensors. When something goes wrong, the system stores codes that mechanics read using scan tools. Useful? Absolutely. But there's a catch. As trucks became more dependent on electronics, they also became harder to repair without specialized equipment. Pre-OBD trucks came from a different philosophy. Most problems were mechanical. Fuel delivery was mechanical. Timing was mechanical. Throttle response was mechanical. No digital permissions, no software lockouts, no endless warning messages. If something broke, you fixed the broken part. That simplicity is exactly why these trucks are becoming desirable again. Especially the ones built before electronics completely took over. And few trucks represent that better than the old Ford sitting quietly in barns all across America. 1989 to 1997, Ford F2, 507.3 IDI. Somewhere down a gravel road. There's an old Ford with faded paint and 300,000 miles on the odometer. The owner probably calls it ugly, but he also trusts it with his life. The 7.3 IDI wasn't fast. It wasn't glamorous, and compared to modern diesels, it sounded like farm equipment waking up in winter, but that engine earned respect the hard way. Indirect injection diesel. No electronic injectors. No complicated emissions systems. No ECU controlling every heartbeat of the engine. Just a brutally simple diesel platform built to work. These trucks became legends because they tolerated abuse. Most modern trucks wouldn't survive for a week. Dirty fuel, cold weather, heavy towing, long idle times. And if something failed, most repairs could be done with hand tools. That matters more than people realize. Today, one failed module on a modern diesel can leave you stranded waiting weeks for parts and dealer diagnostics. Repair bills climb into the thousands before anyone even turns a wrench. Meanwhile, an old IDI owner is replacing a fuel return line in his driveway with parts from a hardware store. That's the difference. Of course, they weren't perfect. The old IDs could be sluggish. Glow plug systems sometimes acted up. Cold starts could test your patience, and rust destroyed plenty of them long before the engines gave out. But ask owners why they regret selling them, and you'll hear the same answer over and over. Because it always started. And in uncertain times, that reliability becomes emotional, not just practical. 1988 to 1998, Chevy Silverado C/K 1500. There's a certain sound old Chevys make when the door closes. Heavy, metallic, honest. The Chevy C/K trucks from the late 80s and 90s were never trying to impress anyone. They were work trucks first, the kind you'd see hauling lumber during the week and pulling fishing boats on Saturday morning. And under the hood sat one of the most beloved engines GM ever built, the small block 350. Simple fuel injection, simple wiring, simple maintenance. A backyard mechanic could practically rebuild the thing from memory. That's why these trucks refuse to disappear, even now, decades later. Parts are everywhere. Salvage yards still carry them. Small-town mechanics still know them by heart. You can diagnose half the problems with your ears and a flashlight. Modern trucks isolate drivers from the machine. These old Chevys connected you to it. You felt the transmission shift. You heard lifter noise before problems got serious. You learned the personality of the engine, and strangely enough, that made people more capable. Now sure, the interiors cracked. Fuel pumps failed sometimes. Electrical gremlins appeared with age, and the dashboards often looked like they survived an earthquake. But the core truck, almost unstoppable if maintained. That's why more people are hunting them down now. Because when systems get complicated, simplicity becomes valuable again. 1989 to 1993, Dodge Ram Cummins, 12-valve. Then there's the truck that changed diesel culture forever. The first-generation Dodge Cummins. Back in the early 90s, most people didn't realize what they were looking at. The body wasn't particularly beautiful. The interiors were plain. Ride quality could shake your teeth loose. But under that hood sat an industrial-grade straight-six diesel engine originally built with commercial durability in mind. The 12-valve Cummins became legendary because it felt less like a pickup engine and more like heavy equipment. Mechanical injection pump, minimal electronics, massive low-end torque. These engines became famous for running 500,000 miles with basic maintenance. And people trusted them because they understood them. That matters. There's comfort in machinery you can physically comprehend. No mystery software, no hidden programming, no dealership gatekeeping basic repairs. If fuel reached the engine and compression existed, chances were it would run. That kind of reliability creates emotional attachment, especially for owners who spent years watching newer trucks become increasingly fragile under layers of electronics. Now, yes, these Dodges had flaws. The transmissions could be weak. Front-end components wore out. The interiors aged poorly. But nobody bought them for luxury. They bought them because when storms rolled through, when roads disappeared under snow, when generators needed fuel hauled across counties, the Cummins kept moving. And today, clean examples are getting harder to find because smart owners aren't letting go anymore. Toyota Hilux/Toyota pickup. If American trucks were built with brute strength, the old Toyota Hilux survived through pure stubbornness. Small, lightweight, underpowered by modern standards, and nearly impossible to kill. Across deserts, mountains, jungles, farms, and tiny rural villages all over the world, these trucks became symbols of mechanical survival. Why? Because they were simple in the best possible way. Naturally aspirated diesels, minimal electronics, compact drivetrains, easy access to components. You could repair one practically anywhere on Earth. And people did. With basic tools, improvised parts, sometimes barely more than wire and determination. Modern trucks often depend on massive support systems. Dealerships, software access, expensive proprietary parts. The Hilux needed almost none of that. That's why survivalists, overlanders, farmers, and mechanics still obsess over them. Not because they're exciting, because they're dependable. And there's something deeply comforting about a machine that asks so little from the world around it. Of course, they had weaknesses. Rust could destroy frames. Power was limited. Highway speeds felt slow compared to modern trucks, but the trade-off was trust. The kind of trust you build over years when a truck survives conditions that should have killed it long ago. 1973 to 1987, Chevy Square Body. And finally, the truck that might represent America's mechanical soul better than anything else on this list. The Square Body Chevy. Even parked, these trucks feel alive somehow. Long hood, simple lines, steel dashboards, the smell of gasoline, dust, and worn bench seats. These trucks came from an era before engineers optimized everything for software integration and aerodynamic efficiency. They were built to be repaired. That's why people still love them. Lift the hood on a Square Body and you can actually see the engine, reach components, understand the machine visually. That sounds simple,